Good afternoon, everybody. Okay, so the topic of the day is the best brows, how to get the best brows. Because look, my look is complete, but something's missing, my brows. So ladies, I have to show you the best brow palette around, the Brow Obsession palette, okay? Let me just share this. And let's do this, okay? So here I have the Brow Obsession palette, and the color I'll be using today is dark. And I'm using dark because I have dark hair. So how I do my brows is I use the Brow Artist brush, and I absolutely love this brush because it's got a very fine angled tip, and then the other side is a flat edge, okay? So if you're hopping on, say, hey, give me a share because I want to be raffling off this Brow Obsession palette. So share this video and we will be raffling this off once I hit a minimum of 30 shares, which is so easy, okay? All right, so let's get to business. Look at these brows and come a little closer. Come a little closer. Okay, look at these brows. Mama needs some brow help, doesn't she? So I am going to show you how I use this palette. Now it looks tricky, but it's really not. We have a bunch of different colors here because if you look at my brows are lighter in the front and then they go into darkness, okay? So that's why we have a lighter #1 color and then a darker #2 color. We then have a wax if you have like unruly brows, if you have brows that like stand straight out. So that's what the wax is for. Then these two bottom colors are highlighting colors because when you want really, really good brows, what you want to do is shape them and highlight underneath them so they really stand out. Okay, so let's get to business. So I'm going to take the angled side of my Brow Artist brush and I'm going to dip it into the dark color #2 right here. And how I do it is I first line underneath my eye, okay? So let me get my mirror over here. And ladies, if you're popping on, share this video because I'm gonna be giving one of these babies away. All right. So what I do is I line underneath like that, and then I'm gonna come through the back edge, the tail end of my brow, with the remainder, okay? And then I'm gonna dip back in because you always wanna use a little bit rather than too much because it's gonna be hard to take off and you don't wanna look like is it Marco Grouch? Groucho Marx? Groucho Marx, that's the one. All right, so I underlined, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start doing hair-like strokes. Dip back in. And do you see how with this brush, you're creating very fine hair-like strokes? And then when you get to the front of the brow, that's when you're gonna start using the lighter color. Because that's exactly how our brows work. Lighter in the front, okay? So now I'm gonna use the lighter color. I'm gonna dip it in, and I'm gonna do those hair-like strokes in the front as well. That's why this brush is awesome. Hey, Core, how you feeling, woman? Do you see? I went from no brow to brow, and look at how that just seriously completes your look. I can't do my full face of makeup and then just forget my brow. So a brow is what completes your look. So if you are interested in winning this Brow Obsession palette, share this video because once I get 30 shares, someone's gonna win one of these babies. All right, so now that I've done the brow, what I'm gonna do is go in with this is just personal preference of highlighter. I prefer the pink, but you can also use the cream, and the cream has a shimmer to it. So what I do is I take my flat side of the brush like this, and I just swipe it in, okay? And now what I'm gonna do is underline the brow to really define that brow. So I did halfway through, now I'm gonna flip the brush over and do the other half. Okay, so now I've got a pink solid line right there. So what I want to do is I want to blend that solid pink line into my brow. Good morning, Denise. How are you? Good afternoon, right? Jeez. When you're a stay-at-home mama, you don't know what day of the week it is, what time it is. Okay, so do you see? Now I have a brow that's defined, edged out. You could even edge out the top if you wanted to. Like if you really wanted that really defined, edged out brow. See? Now let's go for the other side because I need some serious help. This palette is amazing. Like when this palette came into my life was changed forever. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I underline the brow. Keep in mind, my brows are two totally different shapes, and I guarantee yours are as well. So you just go with the shape. You don't have to try to make them look perfect. We all know that we don't have the same exact brows, right? Okay, so I put the line through, and then now I am going to, hold on. Now I'm going to go through the back tail. Sorry, I'm looking at my mirror over here. Okay. All right, so then I'm going to dip it back into the dark brown color, and I'm going to create those hair-like strokes. I know. Never know what day it is, never know what time it is. If you have this palette, give me some hearts because this is the best palette ever. If you need this palette, give me a hands in the air emoji. Okay, so we're nearing the front. We're nearing the front. So when you get to the front, you have to go in with the lighter brown color because our brows are lighter in the front. So I'm just doing like little hair-like strokes just to blend it all in. And I want to show you something. So do you see how much higher I went right there? Do you see that? It needs to get fixed. So this the pink color that I use to underline, I also like to call magic eraser for my brows, okay? So say I overdrew them like that. Oh my gosh, I overdrew it. What the heck am I gonna do now? Well, I'm gonna go in with that pink color. I'm gonna put that on the flat side of my brush, and I'm just going to fix it and like edge it out. I like to refer to it as magic eraser for my brows. Okay, and then you could just bring that color up to blend in, and voila, it's fixed. So now I'm gonna take more on my brush of the pink, and I'm going to underline to really define that brow. And I don't like to keep the rough edge like that, so what I then do is I take that pink and I just bring it down into my lid, into my shadow, just to blend in seamlessly. Ladies, there you have it. I've got 2 brows now. This is the best palette ever. If you shared this video, do #shared. Anybody that shares this video will go into the running for this Brow Obsession palette. It is the best palette. Once you go to the Brow Obsession palette, you'll never go to another brow pencil, to another brow powder, because this is the jam, okay? So share this video and do #shared. You spend over an hour doing your brows. No more over an hour. This baby, this is the palette, okay? So once I get over 30 shares or more, I will be raffling off this amazing thing. So type #shared in the comments once you've shared this video, and then you'll be able to have brows like me to complete a look. I will talk to you guys soon. Have an amazing weekend. Bye, guys.